So I'm constantly having a debate with people about what's better, discretionary trading, fully automated trading, and my stance is one isn't better or worse. You can be consistently profitable with both, you can be horrible with both. But one of the misconceptions is that if you are an automated trader or a systems trader, that it removes emotions out of the equation and therefore removes the psychological obstacles that kill most traders. That is completely false. This is one, again, we had a discussion. It was a short-lived discussion. I told you about this before, where Adam Grimes flew in with his cape to save me. We had a discussion the other day on a Facebook group, and we're talking about discretionary trading and auto trading and stuff like that. And you always get the guy that's like, the goal should be to automate everything. Because if everything's all this is the mistake that people make, right? And this is called, I don't want to say it's stupidity, but it's naivety. Is that a word? No, that's something else. Being naive. Naive. Couldn't making up words here, or using the wrong words. Is that a word? Naivety? It is. No. Yeah, it's a word. How about that? Look at that. I got a word right. Welcome to the live room if you're brand new. I am smarter than I seem. Anyway, yeah, look at that. That was a confident guess. There was no confidence in my delivery, but that was a confident guess. But yeah, so it was a conversation with the trader, and it's like, the goal should be to automate everything. And something that trader, it's a myth out there, and let me know what you guys think about this. I'll answer this question. Does a fully automated strategy handle the biggest problem in trading, or the biggest obstacle in trading, which is trading psychology, more specifically emotion-based mistakes? What do you guys think? Does a fully automated strategy, automating a strategy, does that solve the problem of making emotional mistakes? Right? Because we know a lot of psychological mistakes are fear, greed. We see a candle, FOMO, fear of missing out. We enter too early. We enter too late. We move targets up. We move targets back. We move stops up. We move stops back. Right? Those are common trader problems. Right? If you have something fully automated, and maybe not fully automated like level 3 where it's doing it for you, but fully automated as far as like, hey, you get a green light pops on your screen when it's time to buy, and a red light pops on your screen when it's time to sell. Targets automatically get put on there, right? Does that eliminate emotions? And the answer is no, right? No, right? You can still be emotional trading any way in the world, right? You can still be emotional trading a system-based strategy. How do I know? Because I was the most emotional when I traded a system-based strategy. I've never been more emotional than when I traded a system-based strategy, because I had no control. Now, it's different for everyone. Something I love about price action trading, even in comparisons to like Gartley's and advanced patterns, is I am in control. And I don't know if it's the entrepreneur in my blood, or the stubbornness in my system, or the years of being on athletic teams and being yelled at by coaches and working jobs. You're getting yelled at by bosses and you need to do everything they say, whether you agree or disagree. But I like control. And I don't really care if I win or if I lose. If I feel good about the trade, and by feeling good, I mean it's a trade where I follow my rules and I did the process correctly, I'm fine with that. Something I can't deal with is needing to trade something that I don't necessarily agree with. Now, again, if you're a coder, you probably agree with something you've coded. So that takes that problem out of it. But I'm just speaking from my perspective. And when I traded a systems-based strategy, I consistently got signals, right? It'd be like a sell signal right now on pound dollar. And I'd be like, hey, we're at support. I don't think we should be selling at support because, we don't sell at the floor, don't jump at the ceiling. Like trading and investing 101, right? But you had to do it anyway. And sometimes it would win. But when it lost, you'd have those thoughts in your head like, well, duh. Like, I knew that was a dumb idea. Why did I do it? Stupid system. And then you slowly lose confidence in your system. It's like, you guys watch any guys watch that show, You? I tried to avoid it. I think you guys, I know the track team told me about it. Man, I started watching that. It makes me so anxious. Like I watch it with like the covers over my head because I get all, it's weird. It's weird. It's like inside of the mind of the monologue of like a stalker. So he's like, I know what's good for you, Beck. I know I shouldn't be out here watching, but you want me to watch. And it's the only way I can keep you safe. It's like, it's creepy and weird. And he gets into these situations where like, don't do it. Just stop, man. You're a good dude and you feel cringy. But we just got through season 1. And it was a situation where as soon as he started losing trust, right? I won't spoil it, but as soon as he started losing, he was doing good for a while. He done calmed down on the stalking. He done put away the phone and stopped tracking on social media. And me and my wife were high-fiving. We're like, okay. Now we know it's going to end bad because we know how TV shows work. But we're like, okay, he's getting better. And then all of a sudden, there's this idea of that, hey, she might be cheating on him. And there's a little bit of lack of confidence. There's a little bit of wondering. And you know what happens right after that? The stalking. And then the murders. Spoiler alert. But the same thing in an automated system, right? So as soon as I had that trade that I didn't believe in, that I didn't trust, and I did it anyway, and it hurt me, I lost trust in it. And that next one comes along, and I'm like, I don't really trust you, Signal. You did me wrong last time. You left me scorned. I don't trust you. And that builds and builds and builds and builds. And eventually, right, you say you're not going to stalk, and then you stalk. You say you're going to follow your rules, and then you break it. Because now you know what's best instead of the system. And that leads to all types of mistakes. So you can certainly have emotions in an automated system. And even if it's a fully automated system, and we dealt with this, OG, with, I forgot what was the name of that system we put out that was fully automated? I mean, it did entry, stops, and targets for you. Do you remember the name of that? We did a limited release because we didn't, if too many people have a system, it actually starts to affect the result of a system. How can automated systems lead to murder? Go trade one, you'll see. Go trade one, you'll see. I forgot the name of that system, but we had a fully automated system where it did everything for you. Entries, stops, and targets, right? And from a business perspective, we just had bad luck, right? We tested it, we had it running for a year? And then like the year we released it was just like the absolute worst 6-month stretch of trading ever, right? And I can't imagine the amount of emails OG got. But it was funny, right? Because a year later, you've got these group of traders, and it's the same system. It doesn't change. You don't tweak it. You're not allowed to do anything to it. You just plug and play. And there was a handful of traders that got upset because they were losing money. There was a handful of traders that were happy because they were making money. Now, how can let's say 100 traders have the same system and 50 of them be very happy about making money and 50% be happy about or be mad about losing money? How does that happen? Well, I can tell you what. Half of the traders kept following the system through thick and thin. Half of the traders bailed and got fancy. And the ones that made money, they were like, yeah, man, it sucked for 6 months, but then it turned around. It was good. The other ones, what do you think they did during those 6 months after it wasn't so great? And 6 months is a long time. This was a higher time frame. I believe it was daily. I don't even know. I don't remember. I never traded it. But it was a higher time frame. So it wasn't like, the opportunities were infrequent. But yeah, they stopped losing it, they using it, they turned it off. Maybe they got fancy and came in with exit early, right? They self-sabotaged. So you can have a fully automated system. And guess what? Emotions are still there because that P&L is still there. And as long as you have that P&L, and pound dollar is going the opposite direction. Whew. As long as you have that P&L, you're going to be attached to it because it's money. And money is something that we're very attached to. So yes, you can have emotions trading. You can very well have emotions trading, whether it's discretionary or whether it's fully automated. OG says, my issue with automated is people tend to set, forget, walk away, even though it requires maintenance. Yeah, that's another thing they forget about. I was talking to Jim Dandy about that a couple months back, where it's like, again, you think you have an automated system and people look at it as the get quick scheme, get rich quick scheme, where it's like, oh yeah, I got it. Let's buy this $19.99, $19.99 EA and let's plug it in and it's all good. Like, no, it requires maintenance. Tony here on the platform, he was trading something a while back, and he did a check, and he realized that there was something wrong with executions in the background, because I think I don't know if there was a daylight savings change or something, but there was a tweak he needed to make, because he noticed that his entries were getting triggered I guess it had to be daylight savings time, perhaps his entries were getting triggered a candle early or something like that. I forgot the details, but it was something of that sort. But he found it after a month of review and fixed it. So yeah, it requires maintenance. And we know, and you guys know from back testing, if you don't know, now you know, market conditions change. So you can have during your 2007 to 2010 period, you can have a trend trading system that is on fire. During your 2014, 2016, right, it could be getting destroyed. You may have to adjust it. Yep, we all know a computer, what you said, we all know a computer never needs to be updated or serviced. Sarcasm alert. So yeah, we have to be aware of that stuff. Automated systems are a gateway drug to murder. I'm going back reading the questions. Billy says, where's the satisfaction in fully automation? The money. The profit. That's the satisfaction. The end result, the profit and the time. There's no satisfaction in the analysis, but there would be satisfaction, I guess, in the development if you're someone that develops it, or just the end result. And not everyone loves trading. Not everyone has to love trading. Some people are just in it for the result, and that's okay. I think you do have to have a certain amount of passion for the markets to kind of make it through the journey and deal with all the ups and downs instead of quitting and going to the next thing. But yeah, you don't have to love trading. It could be a means to an end. Raphael says real quick, going back on the comments. I think it reduces those problems in a high percentage, but 100%, because humans, we will always be checking how it is doing. There will always be doubts on the automation. Yeah. Like I said, probably easier if you develop it yourself. It's easier because it's because it's your baby and you know the work. Like if you just buy something, especially if you buy it and never test it, that's tough. OG, stop talking about my soul, okay? I'm gonna wash him off today. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, guys. If you want to hop in the live room with us for one of these discussions, you can do so as part of your trial membership over at Tier 1 Trading. Just head over to www.tier1trading.com. Click on the button that says Start My Risk-Free 14-Day Trial Membership. Get on the platform, introduce yourself, download some software, take some courses, and get started on taking your trading journey in a brand new direction.